So if I do this right, we will have a video on how to make fire, or a video regardless. But I like to try and go over a few of the do's and do-nots with fire. Let's see, I've already burned a hole in through here and carved my notch. So we're in fact at the final stages of fire just before the coal goes into the tinder bundle. In my directions, I suggest refraining away from nylon rope, which I'm using now as a last resort. I'm using it because, as a last resort. But if it starts to slip on you like nylon has a tendency to do, I like to grip it and tighten it as I can when bowing. So, a few little things with that. So, what I want to do is put my non-dominant hand on the handhold, get as much direct pressure on the spindle as I can. And when I lock the spindle into place, you can't quite hear it with nylon, but it would make a snapping sound if it were regular paracord or, there you go, sound like that, synthetic rope. So you want to have as direct pressure as you can on that, and I'm finding that mine could be more direct just by watching video of myself doing this. In addition to that, you want to have straight bowing. Nylon's a little different as it tends to fray on itself, and that makes it slip around the spindle instead of physically spinning the part that needs to spin to create friction. If I were using natural rope like this, I would want to have my bow a little tilted so where the rope exits, it does not fray on itself and touch itself as it's going around the spindle. But at least as far as my technique goes, I like to try and start out bowing slowly and make sure I have consistently even pressure with my non-dominant hand. And as I speed up, I like to coordinate my breath as such too. So let's give this one a shot. As you can see, we're already starting to slip a little because it's nylon. So I'll give it a little grab on the side. So, as you can see, we have a little smoke here. If you're fortunate enough and have sawed away long enough, you'll have a coal. And you want to gently tap this out. Lots of people think that bow drill is just all power and strength, but I can assure you a lot of it is technique. And this is a good time to take a breath and let that coal get a little bigger. Maybe dump a little more onto it. But a lot more of it has to do with technique. Once I find my real tinder bundle, which is right here, I'm going to not step on my coal and drop this into it. So it's kind of a balance between smothering the flame and putting enough material on it to spread. if you do it correctly, it'll burst into flame and such. And if you're to set it up how I like to set it up, you'd have a TP fire set. It's like a little window. You just drop it in. You just blow on it until it keeps expanding. And that's how you make a Bojo fire.